Shell, can you step away from the camera, please? Okay. A bit of a shorter stream today, purely because I'm pressed for time. I think I got it. Yeah. So we'll go for about 2.5 hours. I like to do 3, but as I press for time, started later than I wanted to, and do have to do some stuff before my D&D game later. So that's why. Shout out to the High Dragon. I killed it. That was all me. Well, it wasn't all me. I mean, there were 3 other people involved, but mostly me. Take the shortcut back. Oh boy. When I was thinking of what to write in the the email notification field on the Twitch dashboard, I 100%. What is Sten standing in? 100% forgot what I was doing, and then kind of in a moment of panic had that brief clarity of, oh yeah, right, I'm saving someone's life. So I'm heading back to Redcliffe to save the Earl's life with the Holy Grail. First, I should probably let Ferdinand know.
Welcome back. You were gone for quite some time. Well, did you find it?
I did go to save the game on the cutscene trigger. I was just showing the ashes.
Is that? Oh, there's some dust on. No, that's not dust. Oh, Omega, I am not worthy to look upon. What was it like, coming to the urn, I mean?
Nothing has touched me quite so deeply.
You are a very fortunate
I had to get
person.
naked.
And so am I. Perhaps my research will not seem so much like blasphemy to the Chantry now. We must organize an expedition. There is so much history here, it must be studied. And pilgrims should be allowed to come to the urn.
Should they? Should they really? Oh, right, yeah. It's getting to the point in the game where I need to be thinking about hardening characters. So, I don't think anything like that will happen on this area. Alright, yeah, the docks. I've completely forgot to go to the docks. Anyway. Ruined Temple. Manchester Caverns. Colgrim's Offer. Mountaintop. Ashes. Conclusion. Yep, there's no hardening in this section. As not wise, many will try to exploit this discovery.
But the urn belongs to all the faithful. How can you deny this to them? No, we must share it.
I agree. We cannot withhold this from others. It is not our place.
Deny them a corpse? Unthinkable indeed.
I will spread this good news or die trying.
Then you'll die. I suppose you're right, I should not be... I wasn't being selfish, I was being cautious. Game.
I must return home. I have much to do.
Stop
If you ever
misinterpreting my
find
actions.
yourself in Denerim, please visit me. I am not a rich man, but I have a small collection of interesting artifacts, and I do owe you a reward for coming to my rescue. I hope to see you soon, my friend.
That will be me hitting save on the frame of the cutscene trigger. Yeah, that's the one I don't want to overwrite. Okay. Moving on. The blight is spreading. Redcliffe Castle. That is that. Beware the Earl be. That's a random encounter. That's Tegrim again. What up, Tegrim? You don't have anything I want to buy.
You have coin, stranger? Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Yeah, that is a worse crossbow. I mean, that's not bad. Extra damage and defense. Bit of stamina regen. Or extra defense and health regen and a bonus to healing. I think health regen's really that big of a thing to go for. Let's buy one of those. I should yes. I should probably buy some health poultices. Considering how low I'm running. I think I'm fine on injury kits, though. Yeah, I'm fine on injury kits. We're good. Take the skill. Where's that skill book? Please? Oh, there we go. Don't think that's what the book was supposed to do, but sure, why not? We'll go with Constitution. And... actually, poison making might be the way forwards. So that I can throw stuff at people that get up in my face. There we go. Head back out. Sitting at a weird angle. Like how the skeletons don't despawn. Thank you for loading. And Bantegan, what up? It's been a while.
You return. Might you have news?
I found the urn.
You have? Wonderful. Let us go at once to Eamon's side and see if the urn's healing powers live up to their reputation.
Indeed, at once. Let us go. Spooky.
Where am I?
Be calm, brother. You have been deathly ill for a very long time. Do you remember nothing?
Tegan? What are you doing here? Where is Isolde?
I am here, my husband.
And Connor? Where is my boy? Where is our son?
He lives, though many others are dead. There is much to tell you, husband.
Dead? Then it was not a dream.
No, it was not.
Much has happened since you fell ill, brother. Some of it will not be easy for you to hear.
Then tell me. I wish to hear all of it.
Fade to black as they recap.
This is most troubling. There is much to be done, that is true. But I should first be thankful to those who have done so much. Grey Warden, you have not only saved my life, but kept my family safe as well. I am in your debt. Will you permit me to offer you a reward for your service?
I need your help against the Blight, that will do.
I understand, but regardless of your motivations, I feel you are worthy of a reward. I would like to honor your efforts. Nothing more.
As you wish, then.
Then allow me to declare you and those traveling with you champions of Redcliffe.
Heck yeah, I'm a
You
champion.
will always be a welcome guest within these halls. And for you, Warden, a shield of the same make as those that have been given to our finest knights.
Thank you, Your Grace.
We should speak of Loghain, brother. There is no telling what he will do once he learns of your recovery.
Loghain instigates a civil war even though the Darkspawn are on our very doorstep. Long I have known him. He is a sensible man, one who never desired power.
I was there when he announced he was taking control of the throne, Eamon. He is mad with ambition, I tell you.
Mad indeed. Mad enough to kill Cailan, to attempt to kill myself and destroy my lands. Whatever happened to him, Loghain must be stopped. What's more, we can scarce afford to fight this war to its bitter end.
What are you proposing, then?
We have no time to wage a campaign against him. Someone must surrender if Ferelden is to have any chance at fighting the Darkspawn.
Loghain must capitulate, then. Capitulate.
I agree. Loghain will pay for his heinous crimes, but our armies must be reserved for the Darkspawn, not for each other. I will spread word of Loghain's treachery, both here and against the king. But it will be but a claim made without proof. Those claims will give Loghain's allies pause, but we must combine it with a challenge Loghain cannot ignore. We need someone with a stronger claim to the throne than Loghain's daughter, the Queen.
Oh, dear.
Are you referring to Alistair, brother? Are you certain?
I would not propose such a thing if we had an alternative, but the unthinkable has occurred.
You intend to put Alistair forward as king?
Tegan and I have a claim through marriage, but we would seem opportunists no better than Loghain. Alistair's claim is by blood.
And what about me? Does anyone care what I want?
You have a responsibility, Alistair. Without you, Loghain wins. I would have to support him for the sake of Ferelden. Is that what you want?
But I... No, my lord.
I see only one way to proceed. I will call for a landsmeet, a gathering of all of Ferelden's nobility in the city of Denerim. There, Ferelden can decide who shall rule, one way or another. Then the business of fighting our true foe can begin. What say you to that, my friend? I do not wish to proceed without your blessing.
I say we proceed with your plan.
Very well. I will send out the word. It will take some time to recall my forces and organize our allies. I would prefer to wait until that is done before calling the landsmeet. In the meantime, I suggest you pursue the remainder of the Grey Warden treaties. We will need all the allies we can get if we are to defeat the Darkspawn horde.
Guess I get a free spell point as well. Well, I want my magic quite high, please. Do that for the AoE heal. Just checking the hardening stuff. Oh, it's during their personal quests. Cool. Ooh, okay. Apparently, if you harden Alistair, he will join you with Isabella. Interesting. Anyway. I kind of want to assign that spell. And handily takes me right to the codex entry. All Eamon Garen has been updated to read. It was no common ailment. Eamon was poisoned by a blood mage, Jowan, who claimed to be working for Tian Logain. The old's life was saved only by the most extraordinary measures, finding the urn of sacred ashes, the remains of Andraste herself. Oh, there's another. Is it Genitivi? Brother Ferdinand Genitivi has been updated to read. He appears to be right. The final resting place of Andraste lay at the summit of a remote mountain. He returned to Denner a little worse for wear and was granted funds and manpower to mount an expedition to study the temple in which the urn is to be kept. To be kept, even. And I got a shield that I'm not going to use. To be fair, I may as well.
Something on your mind?
Never mind.
The Earl's recovery is a boon to the nation. We all owe you a great debt.
Yep. Where's the vault? Not this way. Why am I going the wrong way? Never mind. I'm just going to leave. Walk through that door. No big deal. Can't be bothered to load for the vault, actually. It's not worth that much experience. Okay, so that should take me down to the Blight quest being the All of Redcliffe. Call the Landsmeet. Paragon of her kind, so Orzammar, Brazilian Forest. I think I can avoid that right now. Pretty sure I don't have to speak to him right now. The Fade, Desire Demon. Yes, I believe I leave that until last, and then I go back and speak with him. However, I do still have. I think this is all alienage stuff. I just go to talk to Wade. at the very least. Orzammar. Gonna kill Flemeth. Denerim. Don't think I've got 12 yet. Don't think I have 15 yet. I think I've got 4 of those. That's haven't been to Brazilian Forest. All the deep roads. That's Orzammar. Brazilian Forest. Oh, Jown's intention. Brother Bism warns the Malifakarum Jown has slipped free of custody and is reported to be somewhere in the region. Suspected in the poisoning of Arleman, he may be planning further unnatural acts, and contact with him should be avoided. However, if any travellers of military skill are willing, I will personally reward the evaluation and removal of any threat he poses. Make us show mercy if he is half the monster he is reported to be. Alienage. Frostbacks. And that's just one of the alienage there. I'll go and clean up the few quests in Denerim I can do. Actually, go and sell stuff. That's what I should do. Okay, so, junk. Oh. Junk. Don't know, I took the long way around there. Keep those. It's all stuff I could probably use rather than junking, to be fair. Oh, right. Junk. Yeah, I have 12 of the Codex Interruptus, and I have 4 scrolls of Benastor, and where's my... Oh, right, Toxin Extract is an item. Anyway, let's go back to Soldier's Peak to drop some stuff off. And then head on to Denerim. That's the answer of spellcasting. Stash, because no one has a bow. Stash. Stash those. Stash the greater. Stash those. Okay, those are just smear them on weapons. Resistances. Burns to defense, penalty to mental resistance. That might be useful. Which makes you slower. I have 6 toxin extract. Joy.
What can I do for you, Warden? Sir.
Sell those 4 items in my junk, and then to Denerim. Yeah, we'll do everything in Denerim first, apart from the Alistair's quest, then go and grab Alistair, and then go and do his quest. Oh, hey, random encounter. Is it Jowan? Oh, Sten's not going to be happy if it is.
These things stink when you squish them.
Oh, right. Combat magic. And then we'll aim at, we'll say this Herlock. Oh, actually, can I? Oh, get wrecked.
Right, let's get started. As you wish. This should be easy enough. As you wish. Right. Let's get started.
I'm doing stuff in combat now.
Right.
Wow.
Let's get started. This should be easy enough. On. Let's get started. As you
Everything's in
wish.
slow motion because
Right.
the other's fallen.
On.
Get wrecked. I mean, some people lived. I guess. Sweet elf root for healing poultices. Please. Thank you. Grab all of the loot. I might have to start putting points into willpower just so I've got a bigger mana pool. Although I guess I'm maintaining like, what, 4 effects right now?
Our Lehman
So
sends
there's
his
that.
regards, Warden. We're trying to keep the roads clear and safe.
Well, I mean, it was no good. You aren't to blame.
Our Lehman sends his
I'm
regards,
just going to say the same thing.
We're trying to
Okay.
keep the roads clear and safe.
Moving on. Bit far from Arleman's place, I'll admit. There we go. Right, Wade. First things first. Oh, Wade. Got some goodies for you.
Don't tell me you're wearing that garbage. Find me more scales. I'll make you some real armor. Don't tell me.
I did. Okay.
Did you bring more scales?
Ah, there we go.
I want to try again.
Spoke
I've
to the wrong
learned
person.
so much.
Wade, please leave the customer alone. How can I help you?
And more Drake scales.
You must be kidding. We're done. No.
Eren, more scales. I can make another set.
Dear Andraste, no.
I've been thinking every night about what I'd do different. It's all in my head. Dear Eren, don't worry. I can make it faster this time.
You can?
You worry too much. Just give me the scales, friend, and I'll have
How
my
long-
finest work for you.
Drake scale. In the wrong search bar. That's why it's messing up. How long does it take to make? Oh, wow. Whoops. Dragon scale first. Dragon scale first. Apparently the shop closes after you give him this, after you give him the Drake scales.
Did you bring more
That was
scales?
almost bad.
I want to try again. I've learned so much.
Wade, please
Almost
leave
bad.
the customer alone.
Can you make dragon scale armor?
You just don't know when to quit.
Why so glum, Eren? Today is a glorious day. Today, I make dragon scale armor.
I feel just giddy.
Positively ecstatic. Okay. What can you make with it?
Patience, patience. Now, I've dreamed of what I would do every night. It's in my head in perfect clarity. It will be the work of hours.
What? You're serious?
Absolutely. The only question is what type of armor. Dragon scale is marvelous, flexible and tough. I could make a lighter set of dragon skin armor, heavy dragon scale armor, or dragon bone plate. What interests you?
What bonuses does it give? Oh, so I can wear heavy armor now, so it's not such a problem. Let's. Well, I'm not going to be wearing it then, am I really? So let's just give it to Sten, I guess. Dragon bone plate.
Excellent, excellent. Now don't move. There you go. My life's work, that is.
You did it so fast.
Of course, Eren. Have some faith. I am a master armorer, you know.
Miracles never cease. But you're not welcome here anymore.
I need a sabbatical. Maybe someplace warm.
I hate my life.
Poor Eren.
Did you bring more scales?
Wade, please leave the customer alone.
I see what you have for sale. Oh. See, this is the problem. He sells cool stuff, but I'm gonna closing the shop by turning the quest in. Although I can't afford it. So there's that. Alright, what is the blood dragon armor set? It's pretty tasty. Bonus to defense and armor. Spells or talents cost less to activate. Is kind of tempting. Requires 42 strength. What's my current? So my Vestments of the Seer are just boosting power magic. So good though. 51 magic is incredible. I guess I'm just going to put them in my chest. I don't really need them. And then maybe sell them by the end of the game.
Did you bring more scales? I want...
Wade, please leave the...
How much are these worth? Not all that much. Alright, well. I'm going to hold off on giving him the scales for now. In case I end up getting the 88 gold for the Felon's coat at any point. I think that was it that I could do in Denerim, actually, wasn't it? I think that's the alienage. I think that's also the alienage. Yes. Oh, right. That. I assume, yep. The curator. What up, dog?
As there is but one world.
I mean, I already technically
deep dark
have it.
Dark before dawn's first light seems eternal.
Right. Let us see if she can translate.
Nice to see you again.
I found these scrolls in the Tevinter ruin.
Really? Oh, pardon my incredulity. I would like to examine them in any event.
Be careful with them, they seem ancient.
Let me see. The scrolls are old, no question, and the script. It's written in cipher. Early believers used them to keep their writings safe from the Tevinter Mages. These could be authentic. Please, let me examine it.
There you go.
I need parchment, quill, and ink. What was the trick to the cipher again?
Well, that's what I'm asking you to find out.
I examined your scrolls. I know a few of the early Chantry ciphers, but I'm not fully familiar with this one. The bits I have made out. This may be an account of Maferath's final days, and perhaps more.
Excellent. Maferath, but why were there so many ciphers?
After Andraste's death, a truce was made with the Tevinter Imperium. Many of the early believers were violently hunted by the Magister Lords. Years later, accounts vary on how long, Archon Hessarian publicly converted to the faith, and the Magister Lords were forever disbanded. But until then, believers were brave souls and had to be constantly vigilant.
Could I get a copy of the translate? Maferath is Andraste's husband.
I know. It's remarkable. The same Maferath who betrayed our prophet and saw her burn alive in Minrath Rus. If we could get a real translation, well, it could be the find of our lifetime.
Minrath Rus. How long will it take to do? Could I get a copy of the translation?
When I finish decoding it, absolutely. But it will not be easy. It could take months. The ciphers were designed to be difficult for the Magisters to decrypt. Who knows what secrets we can uncover, what truths we can find. Here is all of the allowance I have for acquisitions. Take it and go. 1,000 blessings.
Cash money.
Magic exists to serve man and never...
Right, go grab Alistair and do his companion quest, shall we? Nope, that's the wrong button. Why not B? Nope, thank you. Thinking, go and do the companion quest for Alistair, go and do the companion quest for Morrigan. Maybe. If I fancy another dragon fight, I guess.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't have the... No, never mind. And then talk to people in the camp. Time played, 38 hours. Hoo boy. Is that a long time to play a game? Didn't even get the kill on the High Dragon. Shell got the kill on the High Dragon. Stupid helmet. It's so bad. Oh, okay. He doesn't need leveling up. Cool. Alright, where am I going for this? Oh yeah, I can go and talk to Janet TV, I guess. I think it's this house. There we go.
That's my sister's house.
I'm almost sure of it. This is the right address. She could be inside. Could we go and see?
Wouldn't you rather meet her on your own?
Do I seem a little nervous? I am. I really don't know what to expect. I'd like you to be there with me if you're willing. Or we could leave, I suppose. We really don't have time to pay a visit, do we? Maybe we should go.
Let's see if she's home.
Will she even know who I am? Does she even know I exist? My sister. That sounds very strange. Sister. Oh, now I'm babbling. Maybe we should go. Let's go. Let's just go.
Or, let's go in. Man, it's a good thing there's no combat in this quest.
Hello?
Have to reset all the
Hey,
buffs.
you have linens to wash? I charge 3 bits on a bundle. You won't find better. And don't trust what that Natalia woman tells you either. She's foreign and she'll rob you blind.
I'm not here to have any wash done. My name's Alistair. Well, this may sound sort of strange, but are you Gordana? If so, I suppose I'm your brother.
My what? I am Goldana, yes. How do you know my name? What kind of tomfoolery are you folk up to?
He's telling me. Are you sure your information was correct, Goldana?
Yes, I think so. I'm sure of it, in fact. Look, our mother, she worked as a servant in Redcliffe Castle a long time ago before she died. Do you know about that?
You! I knew it! They told me you was dead. They told me the babe was dead along with mother, but I knew they was lying.
They told you I was dead? Who? Who told you that?
Them's at the castle. I told them the babe was the king's, and they said he was dead. Gave me a coin to shut my mouth, and sent me on my way. I knew it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. The babe didn't die. I'm him. I'm your brother.
For all the good it does me. You killed mother, you did, and I've had to scrape by all this time. That coin didn't last long, and when I went back, they ran me off.
That's hardly Alistair's fault, is it?
And who in the Maker's name are you? Some elf to follow him about and carry his riches for him?
Hey, don't speak to him that way. He's my friend. And a Grey Warden, just like me.
Oh, I see. A prince and a Grey Warden too. Well, who am I to think poorly of someone so high and mighty compared to me? I don't know you, boy. Your royal father forced himself on my mother and took her away from me. And what do I got to show for it? Nothing. They tricked me good. I should have told everyone. I got 5 mouths to feed. And unless you can help with that, I got less than no use for you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Goldana, Alistair came here hoping to find his family.
Well? So he's found it. I'm his sister. But what are you to me, boy? Except the one who took my mother away,
You think I wished her dead? I never wanted that. I didn't have the life you think I did, Goldana.
Ignore the armor.
I suppose not. A bastard is still a bastard, isn't he? But... brother or no, I've got 5 mouths to feed and no time to spare until they are.
And let me promise you this, Goldana. I'll do whatever I can, speak to whomever I have to ensure you and your children are taken care of.
That sounds all well and fine. But you'll have to forgive me if I don't exactly hold my breath.
You have my promise. I can't give you more than that. Let's go. I want to go. Goodbye, sister.
Oh. Oh. Family politics. Ooh, walking bomb is a good spell.
Well, that was not what I expected, to put it lightly. I lived up to my promise, I suppose, but this is the family I've been wondering about all my life? I can't believe it. I guess I was expecting her to accept me without question. Isn't that what family is supposed to do? I feel like a complete idiot.
Everyone is out for themselves, you should learn that.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I should. Let's just go. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Because that's what you gotta say to make him happier about being king. Go back to the camp.
Yes.
And turn off all the buffs while I'm there. While I'm there, even. And talk to him again.
I am unable to do that. Your command.
Something on your mind? Of course.
Why did you keep your birthright a secret?
You never asked?
That is true. That is very true. Right. You know what? Where would it be? Where would it be? Did you not trust me? I thought we were friends.
We are friends. I didn't mean to... It wasn't supposed to... Oh, let me explain. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then, after the battle, when I should have told you... I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
I guess I can understand that.
I should have told you, anyway. It was important for you to know. I guess part of me liked you not knowing.
Why? What happens when people find out?
They treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
Doesn't sound stupid at all.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. And now Arleman plans to put me forward as the heir. It never ends, does it? And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. It was a dumb thing to do.
Don't worry about Alistair. No harm done.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
Yeah. I think that's all of Alistair's conversation trees at the camp. Anyway. That's that taken care of. We should probably go take care of Flemeth. Hoo boy. That's not a fight I'm looking forward to. Please don't make me game. The real. Let's see if. Let's see if taking Morrigan is a good idea or not. That actually is not. Maybe it is. Flemeth's Grimoire. Yeah, let's do it. Don't need to take Flemeth. Although, I think I will. Right. No, let's set out first.
Indeed.
Yes.
Flemeth's Hut. Oh, whoops. Of course, the whole spirit thing. My bad. My bad. That's the whole point of killing her. What? Hmm.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Take my normal party then. Right, well, there is no associated experience for killing her as the dragon. What is Aeon's approval like? I can just give Feast Day gifts, I suppose.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say?
I should dance to your tune instead.
Why dance at all? Why not sing?
Okay, Morgan. So good.
What has Morrigan told you? What little plan has she hatched this time?
She knows how you extend your unnatural lifespan.
That she does. The question is, do you? Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn?
What do you propose?
Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain.
And what happens to you?
I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that?
You think she'll believe that?
We believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do.
I am, however, romancing her, so no, forget it.
Shame. What will it be, then?
Now you die.
It is a dance poor Flemeth knows well. Let us see if she remembers the steps. Come, she will earn what she takes. I'd have it no other way.
Now she's a dragon.
I do not.
Joy. Right, Stan. This says fire resistance, right? Yep. Enjoy that sweet fire resistance, my dude.
Wish to anger it.
You forced our hand.
I should probably just equip the stuff for this.
Right, as you wish. Let's get started. On. This should be easy enough.
However, I don't need flame weapons because
Let's get started.
she's a dragon.
Let's make this quick.
Let's get started.
Nope.
This should be easy enough. On. Let's get started. Right.
It shall be as you say.
This should be easy enough. Weapons at the ready. Let's get started. On. Right.
Actually, what are your sustain? What you've got active right now? No. Shale, we need you to have that sweet defense bonus.
They'll never know what hit him.
Direct me.
And powerful swings, definitely.
Armed and dangerous. Ready for action. This should be easy enough. Let's get started.
Where next?
Right. On.
Oh, I keep doing it that way around.
On. Right. This should be easy enough. Let's get started. I'll kill it. Weapons at the ready. On. Right. Let's get started. This should be easy enough. As you wish. On.
I guess I'll take a potion. And time for some poison. Some poisons and traps, right? No, I guess I went on the wrong one. Nope. That's not what I wanted.
They'll never know what hit him. This should be easy enough. Let's get started. As you wish. This should be easy enough. On. As you wish. This should be easy enough.
Just wait for Earth to go down before using revival.
Right. On. As you wish. On. Let's make this quick, shall we? Show me what you've got. This should be easy enough.
Oh. Revival. To the heal. Get out of the range of the weapon. Oh, I was too close for the stun, I guess. I'm on fire.
Let's get started. As you wish.
Why me?
This should be easy enough.
First heal.
Let's get started. As you wish. Right. On. This should be easy enough. Let's get started. On. This should be easy enough.
Just gonna wait for my magic to come back.
As you wish. On. This should be easy enough. Let's get started. This should be easy enough. On. As you wish. Let's get started. As you wish.
Alright.
On. This should be
And it
easy
costs
enough. Let's get started.
activation and
As you wish.
maintenance.
This should be easy enough. Let's get started. As you wish.
Keep doing this.
Right. This should be easy
By the time
enough. On.
I'm just right about halfway
As you
through.
wish.
God damn it.
On. This should be easy enough. Let's get started. Right. As you wish. On. Let's get started. On.
Oh, I'm on fire.
Can't die like this. As you wish.
Lyrium. How's it doing? guess I'll take
This should be easy enough.
Lyrium potion. Nope. Lightning.
Right.
Take that.
This should be easy enough. On. Let's get started.
Please no stun.
On. As you wish. This should be easy enough. Right. This should be easy enough. On. Let's get started.
Okay, that with my face.
As you wish. Right. This should be easy enough. This should be easy enough.
Hit that with my face.
As you wish. Right. As you wish. On.
Odd burst heal.
As you wish. This should be easy enough. As you wish. Let's get started. Right.
2 high dragon fights in very quick succession is less than ideal. Oh, it's okay. Less than ideal.
Let's get started. Right. This should be easy enough. As you wish. Right.
Oh dear. Right, I've got to keep myself alive. Don't do it, Flemeth. Okay, I guess she interrupted my spellcasting.
Not sure how much longer I can hold.
Right, try again. Try again. I guess if I can get Sten to activate Threaten so that she's more likely to target him. Also, I should probably equip this stuff first.
Idle time is wasted time. Let's
Activate
get on.
that. Activate that. And don't think any of this matters. Not right now.
Sorry.
Stoneheart.
You want?
Let's just get a huge wave of buffs going. Right, in theory, I shouldn't need to reset those buffs. That's a theory, of course.
And so you lovely Morrigan has at last found...
Should ask your tune.
What has Morrigan told you?
She knows.
Let us skip right to the ending.
What do you propose?
Morrigan wishes my grimoire. Take it as a trophy. Shame. What will it...
Now you die.
Look at the size of that.
Let's get started.
Oh, wait, no.
On my way.
Acid. Acid.
Good to go.
Yes, run in fear.
On. As you wish. Let's get started. On.
And I guess
This should be
just
easy enough.
start again.
On. Let's get started.
Watch out!
This should be
Please,
easy enough.
thank you.
Right. Let's get started. On. This should be easy enough. Right. As you wish. As you wish.
Target.
This should
Flemeth.
be easy enough. Let's get started. Right. As you wish.
Again, I'm just going to wait till they're
This should be
both
easy enough. Right. Let's get started. As you wish.
down.
Right. Let's get started. On. This should be easy enough. Right. Let's get started. As you wish. Right. On. This should be easy enough.
This might be the rest of the stream, I'm being perfectly honest. Or I could just come back later.
This should be easy enough. On. Right. Let's get started. This should be easy
Level
enough.
up a
Right.
few times.
On. This should be easy enough. Right.
And then come back and try again.
Let's get started. As you wish. Right. This should be easy.
Wow, that was...
Let's get started.
Nope, that was the wrong button. You know what? I'm just going to come back later. I'm going to build up my levels. Why did I do exit game? Going to build up my levels. Going to get some more health poultices. And I'm just going to come back later. And it'll be easier. That seems like the smart thing to do. Go to Soldier's Peak to drop off the armor. It also means that I can do it with the better Drakeskin armor. And by I mean Stan. Could be wearing the better Drakeskin armor. That seems like the smart way to do it. Oh yeah, right. Badass blood dragon plate, so cool. Nope, not shell. Never mind. And stash. I'm good. I'm good. I think recommended order is now the Brazilian forest. Recommended plot quest order. Yep. To the Brazilian forest. Nature of the beast. Let's go and tackle some werewolves. Raw. Oh, random encounter. Yes, I did just jump.
As you wish.
And do some shock. Really, this fight should not prove much of a problem.
This should be easy enough. Let's get started. As you wish. On.
Oh, right, yeah. That. Oh, no. Never mind, I do need that active. I guess it's just got high defense? / chance to dodge? Well, I'm going to stay back here while... Okay, that's what happens if you run into a web.
Watch for the beast. This should be easy enough.
Activate that again so I can hit things.
Let's get started. As you wish.
Flaming weapons.
Right. Right. Let's get started.
Feel kind of bad. For that. Take all of the cocoon corpse loot. Sure there's a pun in there somewhere. Is that everything? Kill some giant spiders, get some cocooned corpse loot, a couple of elf roots. And head on out, I guess. Nope. How do I leave? How do I leave? Ah! Not that way. Oh god. Where do I go? Oh, right. This way. Oh no, not another ambush.
As you wish. On it. Have at you!
Burn. God, that rearming animation of drawing the sword is so slow. Yep, I can't get any toxin from them.
You called.
I did not, actually.
As you wish.
I accidentally... You. Please. Please. Thank you. Kind of confused about why I can't get toxin extract from the giant spiders, but okay. Another ambush. Yep. And flamethrower. Of course they right. You know what, let's just drop a fireball. It's gonna knock everyone over, but it's gonna make me feel good. Now I'm webbed. Joy. Go web go.
This should be easy.
And we're done. Really? No loot from the Spider Queen? Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Heading on. So good.
Hold, outsider. You may be of my kind, but you are not Dalish. Why are you here?
Why are you wearing midriff-bearing armor? I wish to enter your camp.
Why?
I have business with your leader, actually.
And what business is that?
I will tell that to the keeper and no one else.
Seeing as you are obviously no simple trespasser, I will leave it to the keeper to decide the importance of your business. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
Okay. You killed my golem.
I see we have guests.
Lovely. It's a whole colony.
Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
I understand, but this one claims to have important business with our people.
I see. Tell me, stranger, what business could you possibly have with us? We have our own issues we must deal with, as you can see.
I come representing the great... Well, and what issues are those?
Answer my question first. If I agree with you,
that's fair.
I will indulge your curiosity at length.
I came to recruit the aid of the Dalish.
And who are you to request our aid for anything? We owe service to no one.
I am a Grey Warden.
You might have simply said so to begin with. Masiranus, Mithra. You may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zathrian, the keeper of this clan. its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
Fun fact, that is the guy who plays Tuvok in Star Trek Voyager. My name is Reynold. A pleasure to meet you.
If you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now,
I believe,
had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
So their first reaction to trouble is to flee from it. Curious.
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
Okay.
The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped. But we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
Is there no way to help you, man?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
But guess who's up for it? It's your boy. I'm good at non-trivial tasks.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago.
Dramatic cameras.
But they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
You said you could perhaps destroy the curse.
There is no guarantee that this will work, as I suspect. But it's the only hope we have left.
I'll find this Witherfang for you.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead.
Trees.
But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
I have some questions for you.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
Tell me more about this curse the hunters suffer from.
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
How did this curse start?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish.
How do you know if you've been infected by the curse?
You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal.
So if werewolf bites me, then I will become infected.
It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be bitten.
So did all werewolves everywhere stem from Witherfang?
No. The ones from this forest, however, do.
Want to ask about something else?
Go on, then.
How do I find Witherfang? Do you have any advice?
Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest.
Tell me more about this curse.
There is not much to say.
Ah,
it
wait,
stemmed
no, this is the
originally
loop I've
from
just done.
Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
I want to ask about something else.
Go on, then.
I should go.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Tell you what, YouTube. Glad I got the affiliate when I did. Because for some reason recently my viewer count has been nil. A lot of the time. I assume Zathrian. Keeper Zathrian. Even with all our magic and skill, we only delay the inevitable. It is said the elves lived in Ferelden long before any others set foot there, and though most of their knowledge has been lost, it falls to the keeper of each clan to preserve what they have. Zathrian is an old, severe elf with little love for outsiders, but his clan is facing a more trying enemy than most. I believe these people will all give me a quest. Just going to go back the way I came. See if the cutscene forced me past anything.
I trust there are no hard feelings about my questioning of you when you arrived. We Dalish must protect ourselves from trouble at all times.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I understand.
You might have just told me you were a Grey Warden and saved me the grief, though I suppose I can hardly blame your caution. But I wish you good fortune with your task. Dareth Shiral.
Thank you, Mithra. And then this is...
Liliana, what do you want from me?
Nothing.
I'm
just
so good.
curious. There's a lot we don't know about you, Sten. Except that you're a big softy.
Please stop saying that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make fun of you. There's nothing wrong with having a heart, Sten. It's just not what I expected.
Why?
You're so canary. All the stories speak as if you were a hurricane or an earthquake rather than people.
Kunari are most dangerous because we are thinking men and not an unthinking force.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
For your sake, I hope you never find out.
Wow, that's a hell of a selection range. Stan has a heart of mush. Alright, I'm going to steal all of the elf fruit around this Dalish camp. This is a collection of coloured inks. I'll also prepare to be sitting through a lot of me reading stuff. It's a new area, so there's loads of codex entries. Valaslan, blood writing. When the children of our people come of age, they earn the privilege of wearing the Valaslan, the blood writing. It sets us apart from the Shemlen and from the elves who have thrown their lot in with them. It reminds us that we will never again surrender our traditions and beliefs. The ritual deserves great reverence. The one who is to gain the Valaslan must prepare by meditating on the gods and the ways of our people and by purifying the blood and the skin. When the time comes, the keeper of the clan applies the blood writing. This is done in complete silence. Cries of pain are signs of weakness. If one cannot tolerate the pain of the blood writing, they are not ready to undertake the responsibilities of an adult. The keeper may stop the ritual if they decide that the one gaining the Valaslan is not ready. There is no shame in this. For all children are different, and our ancestors once took centuries to come of age. As told by Gisharel, keeper of the Ralafarin clan of the Dalish Elves. Oh, I guess there was a character I missed. Whoops. It's probably Witherfang. Witherfang is, according to Keeper Zathrian, a wolf. He is no ordinary wolf, however. He is a wolf possessed by a powerful spirit, and the source of the werewolf curse curse that plagues the Brazilian forest. While Witherfang is hundreds of years old and very powerful in his own right, the only way to end his curse is to cut out his heart and bring it to Zathrian. Going to do all the codex stuff and then go and talk to people, I think. I'm going to say June, god of the craft. We dedicate all our crafts to June, for it is he who taught the people to bend the branches of trees to make our bows and to fashion coverings of furs and iron bark. Without June, would we have the Aravel, or the harnesses for our Halla? When the people were young, we wandered the forests without purpose. We drank from streams and ate the berries and nuts that we could find. We did not hunt, for we had no bows. We wore nothing, for we had no knowledge of spinning or needlecraft. We shivered in the cold nights and went hungry through the winters when all the world was covered in ice and snow. Then Siles the Hearthkeeper came and gave us fire, and taught us how to feed it with wood. June taught us to fashion bows and arrows and knives so that we could hunt. We learned to cook the flesh of the creatures we hunted over Siles' fire, and we learned to clothe ourselves in their furs and skins. And the people were no longer cold and hungry. I was told by Gisharel, keeper of the Relatharan clan of the Dale Shelves. You know what? I'm right here. I may as well just talk to Athras. Oh. Time to grab a sword first. And now time to talk to someone. To break up me just reading stuff all the time for the next like 10 minutes or so.
Andera Natishan, stranger. I am Athras.
Nope.
I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
I don't mind. I understand.
That is very generous of you. Most would assume we are unkind as a rule, and that is not the case. Especially not to a Grey Warden. But we have lost much, and it is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
Forbidden you?
We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper.
Why do you want to enter the forest?
I suppose there's no harm in telling a fellow elf, but surely you have greater concerns than any problem of mine, no?
I'd like to hear about it.
Well, perhaps you could help me with it. I would certainly appreciate anything you could do. My wife Denilah and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Denilah is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her.
And if she was a werewolf, and the elf chased her and then found her, what then? Sweet, blissful reunion?
I don't know. Maybe she would know me as her love even still?
More likely she would love to eat you.
If I could just know if Denilah is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
I will seek her out in the forest.
I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much, but I would be happy to give it to you in return for any news.
Just gonna check something. Cool. Okay, so that's that.
You have returned. Is there any chance you have news of Denilah?
Not yet, I'm afraid.
Very well.
Okay, so that's just that. Again, reading this for people who may have issues with reading or have this on in the background. Siles the Hearthkeeper. Siles the Hearthkeeper is seen as the sister of Andruil the Huntress. While Andruil loved to run with the creatures of the wild, Siles preferred to stay by her home tree, occupying herself with gentle arts and song. It is Siles who gave us fire and taught us how to use it. It is Siles who showed us how to heal with herbs and with magic, and how to ease the passage of infants into this world. And again, it is Siles who showed us how to spin the fibres of plants into thread and rope. We are much to Siles, and that is why we sing to her when we kindle the fires and when we put them out. That is why we sprinkle our aravels with Siles' fragrant tree moss, and ask that she protect them and all within. Estel by Gishrel, keeper of the Lafarin clan of the Dalish Elves.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Ferrothorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Ferrothorn.
And so they should. Truly, the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need?
What exactly do you make here?
I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn what I can of the ancient elven arts of shaping wood and ore. In truth, we Dalish know little of the art compared to what we once did. And even what we know has taken us many lifetimes to achieve. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest, Ironbark. The Keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come.
What if I found some ironbark for you?
I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from Mage. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you.
It's like how you can say, yeah, that's a shame, and just move on. What item would you make?
I excel in making blades from the ironbark, or perhaps a breastplate. Provided there's enough wood, that is.
Very well, I'll take a look when I'm in the forest.
That would please me. So long as our hunters come first.
I would like to barter with you.
I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
Okay, so if anyone's going to have a better... Still... Higher armor penetration, shorter range, lower crit chance, less damage. It's just... Man, that Teak Warden crossbow is OP as heck. Good lord. No, the nature's fine. Actually, the nature is not fine. Because I will be fighting animals. I guess... Ooh. +1 to all and armor penetration. Why am I making this choice? The money says it's better. Yes. I'm good with that. Good with what I've got there. Sell that because I don't need it. Good to know that they're there. Ooh. Yes. Yes. I'll just buy all the ones I need for that quest. I know I've got, I think, 6. But, I'm good. I'm good. Just take the stuff from behind the Aravel. No one will notice. I think I'm okay to pick this chest, but I'll save just in case. Also, I suppose I just check. think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good to open this chest.
What's next?
Oh, it's courtesy interrupters. Correspondence interrupters, sorry. Eight of 12. Oh, my favourite one's still at the top. It's so good. Here we go. My elf root. Sorry, correspondence interrupters has been updated to read. My elf root. The herbalist suggested powdered Bronto horn. I was very discreet. Your sunflower. Nope, that's the right. Do I have it? So, Lost to the Curse, Rare Iron Bark. Are any of these in the forest? That is. That also is. What I might do before going to the forest is actually turn everything in that, like the toxin extract one, because I keep forgetting that I have it. Everything else is also more on the alienage, I believe. No, we'll see. Anyway. Nope.
Something I can help with?
Actually.
People have always spoken of dark and mysterious woods haunted by beings unseen. The Brazilian forest is one such forest. They say the veil is thin here, and spirits from the fade pass over, drifting through the trees and giving them an unnatural and sinister intelligence. It is said that if you feel you are being watched
Spooky.
in the Brazilian forest, you are.
Let's move on. Let's just go. There's no need to do that, Liliana. Andruil, goddess of the hunt. Hear me, sons and daughters of the people. I am sister of the moon, mother of hares, lady of the hunt, Andruil. Remember my teachings, remember the Vir Tanadal, the way of the three trees that I have given you. Vir Asan, the way of the arrow, be swift and silent, strike true, do not waver, and let not your prey suffer. That is my way. Vir Borosan, the way of the bow, as the sapling bends, so must you, in yielding, find resilience, in pliancy, find strength. That is my way. Vir Adalan, the way of the wood, receive the gifts of the hunt with mindfulness. Respect the sacrifice of my children. Know that your passing shall nourish them in turn. That is my way. Remember the ways of the hunter, and I shall be with you. From the charge of Andruil, goddess of the hunt. I think that's everything in that kind of half of the camp. Guess I'll save it and talk to Lanaya. What do you have for me, Lanaya?
Under an Etetian Grey Warden. My name is Lanaya. I am Zathrian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
If you like, go ahead.
I hear the human cities are very large. Thousands upon thousands of souls, all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
Yes, some are larger than the eye can see.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
It isn't an easy life for them, that's true.
What about you? What was life like amongst the humans?
Better than most, since I was accepted into the circle.
Yes, I suppose that would be a better life than many elves have. You were fortunate. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have one more question, though I'm not sure you can answer it. Do the humans ever regret what they did to us?
I think some of them do. Not all humans are the same.
And yet, even if some regret, they do nothing. A poet once wrote of them, before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
Pretty good poem. Tell me more about yourself.
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
How did you come to the Dalish if you were so young?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, it must have been horrible.
It was. Though long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
Okay. You said that the Dalish rescued you from bandits.
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there, and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
Didn't you have family you could have returned to?
It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with the man who rescued me. The clan is my family. Any others out there? It's best they believe that little girl died with her parents. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this, and the knowledge of a keeper as well. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road except pain, however.
Maybe it is pain that is worth taking, maybe it is not. There are so many good characters in these games that I want to know what happened to them. It's never really explained, because they're just side characters. What does a keeper do exactly?
A keeper is, first and foremost, the leader of the clan. He decides where we go and when we shall move. He's also responsible for knowing the clan's ancient lore and passing it on to the others in the clan. Without a keeper, the clan's knowledge is lost forever, so the clan protects him like no other.
How did you become a keeper?
I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. Though because I was not born into the clan, becoming his first was very difficult. We Dalish have old traditions. The clans come from the ranks of the nobility that once ruled the Dales, you see. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of our Lathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood.
You must be proud of your accomplishments.
I am. The ceremony where Zathrian anointed me as his first was the proudest day of my life. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future.
Why are the Dalish so hostile?
They have reason. Since the days of our Lathan, my people have been either subjugated or homeless.
What is this Arlathan you mentioned?
It was our ancestral home, long ago when the humans first came to these lands. We were free then, and immortal. We did not know how to deal with the humans, and in the end, they turned their power against us and destroyed our Lathan. Our ancestors were enslaved and our culture lost forever.
Elves were immortal then?
They died, but not of an aged body as other races do. Not until the humans came. According to the legends, association with humans caused us to quicken. Our blood sped, and we began to age. So we avoided them naturally. And then we were enslaved by them for 1,000 years. And in so doing, we all were quickened permanently and our immortality destroyed. Or so the old tales say.
But the elves were eventually freed, right?
Yes. After a millennium of slavery, our people were freed by Andraste, the human's prophet who spawned the Chantry.
Does Arlathan still exist?
Not to my knowledge. According to the old tales, the human mages sank Arlathan into the ground, crushing it beneath the rock.
Sorry, Arlathan is how they pronounce it in Inquisition. Didn't Arlathan fight back?
The Tevinter Imperium was a force to be reckoned with. It was ruled by mages with powerful blood magic. Though Arlathan fought, they lost.
So you lost a war, you wouldn't be the first.
One wonders why we weren't more prepared when the humans conquered our second homeland. We will be more cautious if we ever have a third.
You lost 2 homelands, you fools. Your homeland was called the Dales, I thought.
That was our second homeland. Our first was the great city of Arlathan. The Dales came when they were freed from enslavement. Elves everywhere journeyed hundreds and thousands of miles to the Dales, eager to start their lives anew. They called it the Long Walk. They reached the Dales and made it their own. And one day it was taken from us too, and you wonder why we are hostile.
So no way to get on your clan's good side.
It requires an individual to prove he is not the outsider we have come to expect.
Okay.
Your own task to help our clan is certainly a step in the right direction.
Do all the side quests. But I'm not responsible for what's been done to the elves.
That's true, and you're not even a human, so it's doubly unfair. But fairness does not play into such feelings. No outsider has ever been good for us.
I wouldn't act like them, I would change things.
Oh? That is easy to say when you are not a homeless wanderer of a broken
I am
people.
technically a traitor.
It is all we can do to cling onto our past now. Perhaps this may change one day, but I believe the humans would have to take the first steps, if they are capable.
I believe that I don't have a home right now, considering that the circle was mostly destroyed by demons. See if there's anything else I missed in this conversation tree.
They called it the Long Walk.
Yep.
Certainly.
What can you tell me about Zathrian?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
Lost much? What has he lost?
He lost his family.
Yeah, you
long time
definitely
ago.
need that.
I don't
4
know
points
the story,
in
but I understand the
persuade,
circumstances
coercion,
were horrific.
whatever.
I'm hardly
Is there
anyone
anything
special.
I missed here?
I came to the Dalish as you.
You know what that means. Time to do some reading. Arlathan, Part 1. Before the ages were named or numbered, our people were glorious and eternal and never changing. Like the great oak tree, they were constant in their traditions, strong in their roots, and ever reaching for the sky. They felt no need to rush when life was endless. They worshipped their gods for months at a time. Decisions came after decades of debate, and an introduction could last for years. From time to time our ancestors would drift into centuries-long slumber, but this was not death, for we know they wandered the fade in dreams. In those ages our people called all the land Elverhanen, which in the old language means place of our people. And at the centre of the world stood the great city of Arlathan, a place of knowledge and debate, where the best of the ancient elves would go to trade knowledge, greet old friends, and settle disputes that had gone on for millennia. But while our ancestors were caught up in the forever cycle of ages, drifting through life at what we today would consider an intolerable pace, the world outside the lush forests and ancient trees was changing. The humans first arrived from Porvolen to the north. Called Shemlen, or Quicklings by the ancients, the humans were pitiful creatures whose lives blinked by in an instant. When they first met the elves, the humans were brash and warlike, quick to anger and quicker to fight, with no patience for the unhurried pace of elven diplomacy. But the humans brought worse things than war with them. Our ancestors proved susceptible to human diseases, and for the first time in history, elves died of natural causes. What's more, those elves who spent time bartering and negotiating with humans found themselves aging, tainted by the humans' brash and impatient lives. Many believed that the ancient gods had judged them unworthy of their long lives and cast them down among the quicklings. Our ancestors came to look upon the humans as parasites, which I understand is similar to the way the humans see our people in the cities. The ancient elves immediately moved to close Elvainen off from the humans, for fear that this quickening effect would crumble the civilization. The fall of Arlathan, as told by Gisherel, keeper of the Relafarin clan of the Dalish Elves.
Please leave that be. If you have need of equipment, I am sure Master Verathorn can help you.
Can I ask what's inside?
What is the point? It is none of your business, so please, leave it be.
Okay. Apparently that persuade check has no success branch. It is just there. Interesting. Okay. I believe Kammen's a hunter. Guess I'll take this opportunity to say, if you're watching this on YouTube, 1, thank you. And 2, even if you just come to my Twitch channel and lurk, that's fine by me. Shout out to lurkers. Lurkers are like most of Twitch, actually, I think, in terms of the viewer base. It'll make more sense for that to be the case anyway. Yeah, even if you do that, that's fine by me. Come on.
Hello?
Hello yourself. Who are you?
I am Kammen, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
Why can't you?
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand.
Tell me before I kick your head in. Try me. I might surprise you.
I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me.
Are all these Baz such cringing, ineffectual creatures?
I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But the real problem is Gaina.
Who's Gaina?
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
Must be some way to solve your problem.
You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do.
Have you tried wooing Gaina?
Wooing? I don't understand.
Must be blunt of you, better. Romancer, show her you love her.
I've serenaded her, and we've talked many times under the moon. But that doesn't matter if I'm still an apprentice. Not to her.
Have you tried giving her a gift?
A gift? No, that wouldn't be appropriate. Not before we're married.
How about really showing your love?
I've serenaded her,
Oh,
and
yeah,
we've talked
it's the
many
same.
times under the moon.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter if I'm still an apprentice. Not to her.
Let me think of some... Then why do you bother?
Because I love her. I really do. I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Let me think of something else then.
Such as?
Perhaps I could talk to Gaynor for you.
I suppose you could, but what good would that do? The situation hasn't changed.
I can be pretty persuasive.
Really? I'm willing to try anything.
It can't hurt.
Cyranas. Oh, ma Cyranas. I will pray to the goddess of love that you are successful.
Because I am 100% not advising him to go into the forest right now. Elf child.
Hello. I'm not afraid of you. I'm a great Dalish warrior.
Okay. Ah. That's where the dog would urinate then.
I'm sorry, but I must attend to our ailing fallen.
Sorry, I got a message from my boss. Which I'll reply to in a bit. After I finish the stream in half an hour. It's not urgent, so I can just let her know I've got it in like half an hour's time. Ho 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 ho! Fenharel, the Dread Wolf, a trickster and a traitor. Fenharel, the Dread Wolf. There is precious little we know about Fenharel, for they say he did not care for our people. Elgarnan and Mithal created the world as we know it. Andruil taught us the ways of the hunter. Selesy and June gave us fire and crafting, but Fenharel kept to himself and plotted the betrayal of all the gods. And after the destruction of Arlathan, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Fenharel spent centuries in the far corner of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. The legends say that before the fall of Arlathan, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. There is not a Haran among us who remembers these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Geldauren and Deonthal and Anaris, for they are the forgotten ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In ancient times, only Fenharel could walk without fear among both our gods and the forgotten ones, for although he is kin to the gods of the people, the forgotten ones knew of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Fenharel tricked them. Our gods saw him as brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods, if only the Forgotten Ones would return to the Abyss for a time. They trusted Fenharel, and they were all of them betrayed. And Fenharel sealed them away so they could never again walk among the people. From the tale of Fenharel's triumph, as told by Gisharel, keeper of the Ralafarin clan of the Dalish Elves. God, Fenharel's cool. I just like Trickster Gods though, so I might be biased. I think most people like Trickster Gods. That's everything. Oh, nope. Oh yeah, there's something wrong with the Haller, isn't there? I think I'm good to go down here. Death root. Sorry, I'm not reading the text that comes up in world, but it's gone too quickly for me to read it out loud. Gillan 9, Mother of the Haller. They say Gillan 9 was one of the people in the days before Arlathan, and the chosen of Andruil the Huntress. She was very beautiful, with hair of snowy white, and as graceful as a gazelle. She kept always to Andruil's ways, and Andruil favoured her above all others. One day, while hunting in the forest, Gillenine came across a hunter she did not know. At his feet lay a hawk, shot through the heart by an arrow. Gillenine was filled with rage, for the hawk, along with the hare, is an animal much beloved of Andruil. Gillenine demanded that the hunter make an offering to Andruil in exchange for taking the life of one of her creatures. The hunter refused, and Gillenine called upon the goddess to curse him so that he could never again hunt and kill a living creature. Gillenine's curse took hold, and the hunter found that he was unable to hunt. His prey would dart out of sight, and his arrows would fly astray. His friends and family began to mock him for his impotence. For what use is a hunter who cannot hunt? Ashamed. Ashamed, the hunter swore he would find Gillenine and repay her for what she had done to him. What happened there is I saw the hunter after the comma and thought that was his name for some reason. He found Gillenine while she was out on a hunt with her sisters, and lured her away from them with lies and false words. He told Gillenine that he had learned his lesson and begged her to come with him, so she could teach him to make a proper offering to Andruil. Moved by his plea, Gillenine followed the hunter, and when they were away from all her sisters, the hunter turned on Gillenine. He blinded her first, and then bound her as one would bind a kill fresh from the hunt. But because he was cursed, the hunter could not kill her. Instead, he left her for dead in the forest. And Gillenine prayed to the gods for help. She prayed to Algarnon for vengeance, to Mother Mithal to protect her, but above all she prayed to Andruil. Andruil sent her hares to Gillenine, and they chewed through the ropes that bound her, but Gillenine was still wounded and blind and could not find her way home. So Andruil turned her into a beautiful white deer, the first Hala. And Gillenine found her way back to her sisters, and led them to the hunter, who was brought to justice. And since that day the Hala have guided the people, and have never led us astray, for they listen to the voice of Gillenine. From the tale of Gillenine, as told by Gishrel, keeper of the Rolafarin clan of the Dalish Elves. Sweet horns on the Hala. You've got to imitate them. They have to know that you're one of them.
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach.
What is a Hala?
They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel. What humans call land ships. They are our companions and our guides.
They are not your mounts?
We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
So why have you separated this one from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery. For her sake, as well as that of the others.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
Okay. I guess... check the internet. Dalish camp. I will try to calm the Hala.
No. No, I'm sorry. She isn't calming any more around you than she is for me.
Examine the Hala.
And? What do you think?
Truly cannot tell.
I am glad you attempted it regardless.
I should go.
I will watch her for a while longer and see if her condition changes. I am grateful for your assistance, friend. Come to check on my Hala and I again, have you? I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
Okay, well, I assume it's Aravel's and Halla. Aravels. The Dalish who band together in small groups of blood relatives travel in ornately carved wagons known as Aravel, drawn by large white stags called Halla. The Aravel are a unique sight, beautiful in their swooping curvature, and adorned with broad hoods and bright silken cloths that flap in the wind, often displaying the noble banners that once flew over that family's house. Most humans refer to the Aravel as landships, for in a strong wind it can often appear as if the elves travel in long boats with sails high overhead to announce their arrival, or warn others away. The Halla are unique to the elves, and any but elven handlers consider them ornery and almost impossible to train. To the Dalish they are noble beasts, superior in breeding to the horse. Certainly most humans would agree that the Halla are as beautiful as the elves themselves. The fact that many imperial nobles maintain a bounty on Halla horns that find their way into Tevinter is an affront the Dalish consider unforgivable. Few among us can claim to have seen the Dalish landships up close. Any human who sees them on the horizon does well to head the other way. Few Dalish clans take kindly to the humans intruding on their camps, and more than one tale tells of trouble-making humans who found themselves mercilessly filled with Dalish arrows. From that book by that guy. Halla. No creature is more revered by the Dalish than the Halla. No other animal has a god of its own. These white stags are much larger than ordinary deer, and the Dalish Halla keepers carve their antlers as they grow, making them curve into intricate designs. In ancient times, these stags bore elven knights into combat, but since the fall of the Dales, they are used less as mounts and more to pull the Aravels. Okay, so... Okay, so Sten has 1 rank in stealing. So you need 2 ranks in survival, to calm the Halla. I don't believe Rhiannon has any ranks in survival. No, I went with poisons just so I can throw them at things that get too close. I know where there's one thing. Oop. Well, there's one skill point that I can purchase. I do have enough money still, technically speaking. Oh, hang on, doesn't Sten wearing Severin wearing Dalish armor? Oh, Alfred. Also, the thing when I keep going to the codex, I'm trying to... There it is. So it is the Nord Noble. It's favors for interested parties for the toxin extract. So I'll probably go and do that before I do anything in the Brazilian forest.
It's done.
Let's gain a... I think that's everything. Right, let's go and talk to Gainer. All else fails, of course, I can go into the camp, level up someone I don't really care about using with survival, and then, come back.
Andiran Atishan, outsider.
Can you answer some questions?
I am not sure what I can tell you, but I shall try.
I want to know more about your people.
You should speak to Lanaya. She's the Keeper's first and knows much of such questions.
Tell me about the forest.
You would be best to speak to Seyrel. He is our storyteller and knows far
Who
more
I
of
haven't
such
found yet,
tales.
actually. I need some equipment.
Master Verathorn should have what you need. Seek him out at the forge.
What can you tell me about Zathrian?
Zathrian? He has been our keeper since long before my parents' parents were born. What could you wish to know about him?
Just how old is Zathrian exactly?
I don't know. Very old. It is said that Zathrian may be one of the first to become as our ancestors were long ago, immortal.
But how could that be? Why him and not others?
We
We all live longer than the Flat Ears, the elves who live with humans. The Keepers even more so because of their knowledge of the old ways. Why Zathrian differs from the others, I do not know. Perhaps he has been blessed by the Creators.
You don't actually believe in those gods, do you?
Your people do not have gods? I don't think I could live without the hope that when I die, I will be greeted by the Creators. The Shemlin would have us believe otherwise, but their maker is no more present. At least the Creators are our own, and they care for us as no other.
What is a keeper exactly?
He keeps us safe, and he keeps the knowledge of our people safe, so we may bring it to all of our people one day.
What knowledge is that exactly?
The ways of our ancestors, of course, from the time of our Lathan, before the human empire enslaved our people.
Where does he get this knowledge?
From the other clans, and from the artifacts we uncover in our travels. Everywhere the old empire was, so went their slaves. Pieces of our past lie everywhere.
Bring it to all of your people?
To your people. When there is a new homeland for us all to settle in, the Dalish shall teach your people what they have forgotten.
Another question about
Yes.
Zathrian. Want to know something else?
What is that?
You are getting it correct. Cameron mentioned you.
You spoke to him? What did he say?
He said that you were cruel and he hates you. He said that you refused to give him your hand.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Kamen. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the Creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
If you love him, it doesn't matter what he is, does it?
But what if he never becomes a proper hunter? What will become of our family?
If you love him, then believe in him and help him succeed.
Oh, you are right. I have made poor Kamen miserable. No wonder he cannot complete his hunt. Masirnas, thank you. You have helped me put this into perspective. I will go and speak to Kamen.
Heck yeah, doing some matchmaking for elves.
Kamen, I have been a fool.
Gaina? What do you mean? Have you changed your mind?
I have. The outsider has helped me to see that I was wrong. I have made you miserable, and I should not have.
But what about my hunt?
I don't care about that. I know you will pass your hunt in time, and we will be happy. Us and our children.
Thank you, Gaina. You've made me a happy man. I feel blessed by the gods today.
Duh.
We are both very grateful for the part you've played in bringing us together.
How marvelous you are. I am so happy.
This is so wonderful. Young love
Oh, come on,
allowed
Shale.
to flourish.
Here, take this. It's been in my family for a very long time, but I hope it plays some part in your battle against the Darkspawn. It's the very least we could do.
Yeah. However, there is a codex entry somewhere. Was it something of Eloran? There we go. The Tale of Eloran. In the days after the rising of Zazikal, the Dark Ones covered every corner of the land. The Archdemon drove all the nations of the world before him, Shemlen and Elven alike. In the far north, where the hills wander the plains and the earth is eternally baked beneath the uncaring sun, the lands which the Shemlen call Anderfels, a clan of our people lived, struggling to survive the Blight. Eloran was their keeper, a hunter in his younger days, crafty as any wolf. He led his people always just ahead of the Darkspawn who chased them. But the old hunter knew that even Hala cannot run forever. They must turn and fight, or be run down. At the foot of the Murdain, the Darkspawn cornered Eloran's clan. That night the moon was strangled by clouds, the earth concealed by a dread mist that rose out of nowhere, so that the Elven could not tell up from down. In the confusion, the Darkspawn attacked. But Eloran had prepared for them. All around the camp the hunters had strewn dry grass, brush and brambles, and the sound of rustling footfalls began. Eloran and the other Haran called upon the old magic. They struck out with lightning, and though the bolts missed the Darkspawn, they hit their target all the same. The sea of kindling lit, and not one of the dark creatures made it through the fire to reach Eloran's clan. From The Tale of Eloran, written by Zathrian, as it has been passed down from keeper to keeper for generations. Why did I close that? What item did I just get given? Maybe the arrow? Oh, whoop, nope, there it is. This book, acquired from Cammon, relates the tale of Eloran in its most cherished form. Right, there's one elf left. That's the Brazilian forest. Pile of scrolls. I missed something. I did. Ooh, I get 2 Codex Entries for the price of 1 there. The Long Walk. When our people left Tevinter, we had nothing except the knowledge that for the first time in countless centuries we were free. It was Shartan's dream that one day we would have our own homeland, where we could live as we chose. After the long struggle that claimed the lives of many, even Shartan himself, we were granted the Dales. And though the Dales were to the south of the land of Orlais, and a long way off from Tevinter, it mattered little. We were going home, and so we walked. We called our journey the Long Walk, for that was what it was. We walked with what little we had on our backs. Some walked without shoes, for they had none. Whole families, women with infants, the old and young alike, all of them made their way across the land on foot, and if one of our people could no longer walk, we carried him, or sometimes left him behind. Many perished along the way. Some died of exhaustion, others simply gave up and fell by the wayside. A great number were set upon by human bandits, even though we had few possessions. Along the way, a growing number began to bemoan the decision to leave Tevinter. At least in Tevinter, they said, we had food and water and shelter. What do we have here? Nothing but the open sky and the prospect of the never-ending road ahead. Some turned back toward Tevinter, but most of us continued walking. And the gods rewarded those of us who did not waver by bringing us to the Dales. Our people called the new city Halam Shiral, the end of the journey, and for a time, it was home. As told by Gisharal, keeper of the Relafarin clan of the Dale Shelves. Durthamen, keeper of secrets. The twins Falondin and Durthamen are the eldest children of Elgarnan, the All-Father, and Mithal, the Protector. The brothers were inseparable from the moment of their conception, known for their great love for each other. That is why we often speak of Falondin in one breath and Durthamen the next, for they cannot bear to be apart, not even in our tales. When the world was young, the gods often walked the earth, and Falondin and Durthamen were no exception. Both were delighted by the many wonders of our earth. They played with the animals, whispered to the trees, and bathed in the lakes and streams. Their days were filled with bliss, and they did not know sorrow. And then, one day, while passing through the forest, Falondin and Durthamen came across an old and sickly deer resting beneath a tree. "Why do you sit so still, little sister?" asked Falondin. "Play with us," said Durthamen. "Alas," spoke the deer, "I cannot. I am old, and although I wish to go to my rest, my legs can no longer carry me." Taking pity on the deer, Falondin gathered her up into his arms, and carried her to her rest beyond the vale. Durthamen tried to follow them, but the shifting grey paths beyond the vale would not let him. Separated for the first time from Falondin, Durthamen wandered aimlessly till he came across 2 ravens. "You are lost, and soon you will fade," the raven named Fear said to Durthamen. "Your brother has abandoned you. He no longer loves you," said the other, named Deceit. "I am not lost, and Falondin has not abandoned me," replied Durthamen. He subdued the ravens and bade them carry him to Falondin. This they did, for they had been defeated and were now bound to Durthamen's service. When Durthamen found Falondin, he found also the deer, who once again was light on her feet, for her spirit was released from her weakened body. Both Falondin and Durthamen rejoiced to see this. Falondine vowed that he would remain to carry all the dead to their place beyond, just as he did the deer, and Dirthaman stayed with him, for the twins cannot bear to be apart. From the story of Falondine and Dirthaman, as told by Gisherel, keeper of the Relafarin clan of the Dalish Elves. Where is this eldest of the sun? I don't... Is that meant to be there? Maybe. Elgarnon, god of vengeance. Long ago, when time itself was young, the only things in existence were the sun and the land. The sun, curious about the land, bowed his head close to her body, and Elgarnon was born in the place where they touched. The sun and the land loved Elgarnon greatly, for he was beautiful and clever. As a gift to Elgarnon, the land brought forth great birds and beasts of sky and forest, and all manner of wonderful green things. Elgarnon loved his mother's gifts and praised them highly, and walked amongst them often. The sun, looking down upon the fruitful land, saw the joy that Elgarnon took in her works and grew jealous. Out of spite, he shone his face full upon all the creatures the earth had created, and burned them all to ashes. The land cracked and split from bitterness and pain, and cried salt tears for the loss of all she had wrought. The pool of tears cried for the land became the ocean, and the cracks in her body the first rivers and streams. Elgarnon was furious at what his father had done and vowed vengeance. He lifted himself into the sky and wrestled the sun, determined to defeat him. They fought for an eternity, and eventually the sun grew weak, while Elgarnon's rage was unabated. Eventually, Elgarnon threw the sun down from the sky and buried him in a deep abyss created by the land's sorrow. With the sun gone, the world was covered in shadow, and all that remained in the sky were the remainders of Elgarnon's battle with his father. Drops of the sun's lifeblood, which twinkled and shimmered in the darkness. From The Tale of Elgarnon and the Sun. Elgarnon and the Sun. As told by Gisherel, keeper of the Relafarin clan of the Dalish Elves. Right, so I've got like 5 minutes before I need to wrap up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Denerim, turn the toxin extract before I, sell it or use it or whatever. Speaking of using things. Distillation agent, concentrator agent. Cool. I think I can buy those from somewhere. Regardless, to Denerim. And then I think it was the Nord Noble. It's the favors for interested parties. So, of course, that's where I'm going. Actually, just thinking about it with the, with the Flemeth thing, it might actually be worth just equipping both Sten and myself with fire-resistant armor and just 3 people wailing on the dragon. Okay.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Never mind.
What can I get you, stranger?
I finished a favour for one of your interested parties.
What can I get you, stranger?
Do you have any more? Ooh, 2 more. Signs of safe passage. D requires a message be sent. I have my allies, despite my dislike of appeasement and hand-holding. In fact, several are prepared to come to Denerim and assist in finding some less than loyal tongue-waggers that are currently hiding along the outskirts of the Brazilian forest, a position that is temporary at best. I just want to enter the wood and fire a message arrow to signal safe passage. I would send one of my own people, but circumstances cause me to suffer a shortage of trustworthy associates. There will be good gold paid for the service. I recommend only the skilled take up the task. A little something from Kay. Seems some people just can't play fair. Make changes to benefit everyone and all you get are glares from the old man. No more toys for me, it seems, unless an enterprising friend cares to make a strategic donation. Something nondescript that can be moved by small vendors. Garnet, let's say 10 pieces. Can't trade money for money, but I'm generous with my gratitude. Right, I just need to check something, because I don't know if I've sold all the garnet in the game. Because I've been selling my jewels. Oh wait, Crime Wave I can't do. I might have to go and talk to everyone I've sold stuff to, but I'm going to accept the quest. Meanwhile, save the game before opening this lock.
What now?
Hell yeah. Alright, I think that's it. Spot on 4? Yeah, so I'll start the game going to Soldier's Peak to talk to Levi. He's the merchant. While I wrap up, I think.
Dwarven crafts.
Fine dwarven crafts. Do I have any garnets on me right now? No. Come on. So, in theory, I will be streaming on my regular schedule this week. So Borderlands today, tomorrow and Wednesday, and then this again on Thursday, and Pokemon on Friday, so to speak. So if you like the sound of that, obviously please do swing by. This won't be up on YouTube until Tuesday, so I'm sorry YouTube. But by the time this is up, should be okay. In terms
What can I do for you,
of...
Warden? Certainly.
Okay. In terms of, like, this will go up before the Borderlands stream. So if you watch this as soon as it goes live, then you maybe have time to catch the Borderlands stream for Tuesday. If not, of course, you don't. So I'm sorry. I will be obviously. What was I saying? Yeah. If you do want to catch me live,
You and your friends are formidable folk. I'm sure.
Obviously what the follow button is for. So if you... It says 1. / I've given him 1. If you do want to catch me live, please do consider swinging by the stream. And... Sorry. By the stream, twitch.tv/ConwayBubbles, and clicking that live, clicking the follow button. I've got 2 garnets now, I believe. What am I doing? Did I not just purchase 2 garnets from Bodan? What?
If there's anything I can do for you.
Where am I junk? Yeah, so do consider swinging by. Twitch.tv/ConwayBubbles. And just going to drop this in the chest, so to speak. Clicking the follow button. I do tweet on Twitter when I'm going live.
Indeed.
The Twitter account being @ConwayBubbles. I'm also going to try and start using it for things other than just promotion of the stream, like try and engage with people. So if you want to contact me, it's probably the easiest way of contacting me. I think that's it. I'm just going to drop this in this chest and then press stop recording and stop the stream. I do not believe I have any more jewels in here. Nope, just the 2. Anything, any other named items while I'm in here? I don't need those. Don't need. I need that. Please give it back. Please, I need my stuff. Cold resistance, cold damage radiates cold, but I'm not using cold spells, it's the problem. Oh, I had one of those already. Fine, take it out, sell it. Add it to the junk, I guess. But that's me for today. Gonna go back to the party camp and then save the game there because I want to sort out inventory stuff before selling any items. Because my inventory is getting sort of half full. And I'd like it as empty as possible before I go into the forest because there'll be stuff to pick up in the forest. So that's me for today. Hopefully you check out one of my streams later this week. If you don't, that's fine. It's your time to spend as you wish. I'm grateful for any and all time you spend supporting this channel, however you wish to support it. But until next time, have a good one.